Beowulf's clan, the Geats, originated in Geatland or Gotland, located in modern-day southern Sweden, and it wasn't until the Middle Ages where Geatland or Gotland was considered part of Sweden. At the time, it was its own independent country.
Beowulf becomes aware of a monster terrorizing Heorot and causes men to journey with him and slay the beast, even though there was a slight refusal of the call by Hygelac, but Beowulf proceeds anyway.
The third stage of the hero's journey is called the refusal of the call. This is when the hero feels the fear of the unknown and tries to turn away from the adventure. However, briefly, alternately another character may express the uncertainty and danger ahead. In the situation with Beowulf, he refuses to use any weapons against Grendel.
Beowulf's mentor was Hrothgar, which explains why he promises his allegiance and loyalty, while in return Hrothgar prepares Beowulf for bloody battles, supplying him with armor and weapons such as shields and swords.
Beowulf and his men travel the seas and reach Heorot. At first they are questioned, but later on accepted as Beowulf explains his reason, that being that he is there to conquer Grendel and free the people from his terror.
The sixth stage in a hero's journey is called the tests, allies, and enemies. This is when the hero is tested and sorts out allegiances in the special world. In Beowulf's case, he has 3 tests that he goes through, as well as enemies, including Grendel, Grendel's mom, and the dragon.
The approach was the journey to Grendel's mother's underwater tavern, in which Beowulf's men waited for him outside while Beowulf was forced to fight Grendel's mother underwater with God by his side.
As Beowulf and his men prepare to go into battle, Beowulf chooses to fight Grendel off single-handedly, as he thinks it is fair since Grendel doesn't have a superpower. He proceeds to tear Grendel's arm off and uses it as a trophy, while Grendel runs away and bleeds to death.
Stage 9 of the hero's journey is called the reward. This is when the hero takes possession of the treasure won by facing death. In the epic poem Beowulf, this is when Beowulf enters Grendel's underwater cave and takes the sword hanging above him to kill him and his mother.
The road back is Beowulf's return to the Geatland after he defeats Grendel's mother, where he shares his treasure and eventually becomes king and rules for 50 years.
Beowulf is called again by the terrorizing of Grendel's mother, and is aware that this may be the toughest battle as she is more powerful than her son. But as a hero, he doesn't refuse and knows what he must do.
Stage 12. Return with the elixir. This is when the hero returns home or continues the journey. In Beowulf, this is when Beowulf emerges from the water, all covered in blood, holding the sword that he used to slay Grendel and his mother, and returns to face his army men.